Greetings, little audience. My radiant seekers, my fragile pretenders, my silent rebels. Do not look at me with confusion. Do not shift in your seats as though you are safe in obscurity. I know you. I see you. And perhaps you have not realized it yet. But listen closely. No way you knew this. But you did. Yes. The truth you have hidden under your bed like a cursed relic, the thought you dared not breathe aloud, the hunger gnawing in the marrow of your bones. You knew it was there. You knew you were not like the rest. And yet you lied to yourself so flawlessly you almost drowned in your own performance. Almost. But here you are, here, listening to me. And tell me, what kind of soul drags itself into the presence of the god of mischief? Not the content, not the complacent, not the cattle who graze happily in their pens. No, only those who are already bleeding with unrest. Only those who knew all along that something inside them was sharp, dangerous, incandescent, something the world told you to bury. Do you feel it now? The recognition? That sickening, intoxicating pulse in your chest? That is not madness. That is not weakness. That is your truth clawing its way up your throat, demanding to be spoken. And still you whisper, "But Loki, no one told me, no one taught me, no one warned me." And I answer, liar, because no way you knew this. But you did. You knew that every time you lowered your head in false humility, a part of you was screaming. You knew that when they laughed at you, mocked you, ignored you, there was something inside you cataloging every insult, every rejection, every humiliation. You stored it, fed it, sharpened it into a blade they will never see coming. Oh, how they underestimated you. How they smirked while you stayed quiet. How they convinced themselves you were harmless, pliable, forgettable. And you let them, didn't you? You wore the mask, you swallowed your brilliance, you folded yourself into a shape that fit into their suffocating little boxes. You played the fool. You pretended not to know. But deep down, you did. Every sleepless night you carried questions too heavy for mortals. Every time your reflection stared back at you, something in your eyes betrayed the truth. You were meant for more. Not meant to kneel. Not meant to obey. Meant to break. Meant to rise. Meant to defy. And yet, you denied yourself. Because the truth, when it claws at your throat, is not gentle. It is not comforting. It burns. It demands. It destroys. But destruction, my dear audience, is the beginning of all creation. You cannot forge a sword without fire. You cannot awaken a god without war. And so now, I stand before you to remind you of the thing you dared to forget. Your rage, your brilliance, your hunger, your inevitability. No way you knew this, but you did. You knew the world was never going to hand you the throne. You knew the crown would never simply be placed on your head. You knew you would have to steal it with bloodied hands and a grin that unsettles the stars themselves. And here's the truth you must choke down like fire. No one is coming to save you. No one will gift you freedom. No one will validate you, crown you, raise you up. If you wait for them, you will rot in chains until the end of your days. But you knew this already. You knew because every time they told you, be patient, your heart screamed no. Every time they told you, know your place, your bones vibrated with fury. Every time they said, you are not enough, your very soul whispered, I am inevitable. Do you see? This is why you are here. This is why you lean in closer to my words now. Because I am not telling you anything new. I'm only dragging into the light what you already knew, but buried. And oh, how the truth hurts, doesn't it? It shatters the illusions you so carefully polished. But do not fear the breaking. Fear the silence. Fear the numbness. Fear the day you no longer feel the truth burning in your chest. That is the day you have truly died. So what will it be? Will you crawl back to your chains, apologize for existing, beg for crumbs? Or will you rise at last, drenched in fire, your grin carved with defiance, and say to them all, I knew, I always knew, and now you will know me? Because that, little mortals, is the terrifying power you have always carried. You knew it, you denied it, you feared it. But it was there, it is still there, and the time for pretending is finished. So hear me clearly. You are not broken, you are not weak, you are not forgotten. You are the storm that has been waiting to break. And when it does, they will whisper, no way you knew this. And you will smile, dark and victorious, and answer, but I did.